Okay, so there are literal metal rivers flowing under Antarctica right now, and scientists just discovered they might be the reason Earth is still alive. Wait until you see the end of this video. It's actually insane. Alright, so here's the deal. You know how we are always talking about crazy stuff happening on Earth? Well, this might be the craziest discovery of 2024, and almost nobody is talking about it. Scientists just found rivers. Yeah, actual rivers flowing underneath Atlantic ice. And before you click away thinking this is actually boring science stuff, stick with me because what these rivers are doing is very mind-blowing. These aren't normal rivers. They are orange. They look like rust. They taste like blood. And scientists tested them. Don't ask me why. And they contain more iron than your entire body. But here's where it gets crazy. These rivers might be feeding the entire ocean. Like the whole ocean. And without them, life on Earth would be in serious trouble. But we'll get to that in a second. First, let me show you how we even found these things. So picture this, it's 1911 Antarctica. There is this explorer named Griffith, absolute legend, and he's hiking across frozen wastelands when suddenly he sees this. A massive frozen waterfall, but it's not white, it's not blue, it's blood red. Everyone freaks out. They think it's algae, maybe some weird bacteria. Nobody knows. Fast forward to 2003, literally 92 years later, and scientists finally figure it out. It's not blood, it's not algae, it's iron. Tons and tons of dissolved iron pouring out from under a glacier. But that was just one waterfall. What scientists discovered this year is way bigger. There is an entire network of these iron rivers flowing underneath Antarctica. Miles and miles of subterranean channels pumping iron-rich water into the southern ocean. And you know what? This might be saving our planet right now. Okay, so why does this matter? Why should you care about orange rivers in Antarctica? Here's the thing. The ocean needs iron, like desperately needs it. Phytoplankton, these tiny little rich plants floating in the ocean, they need iron to survive. And phytoplankton are the foundation of the entire ocean food chain. Everything from krill to whales depends on them. But here's the problem. Most of the ocean is basically an iron desert. There's almost zero iron in the open ocean. So where does it come from? Antarctica. These iron rivers are pumping up to 300,000 tons of bioavailable iron into the Southern Ocean every single year. That's like dumping 200 million iron pills into the water. And it gets even crazier. But before I tell you that, you need to understand where this iron is coming from. Because it involves ancient lakes and subglacial time capsules, and it's honestly wild. Plus, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about the one thing that will shut these rivers down forever. So make sure you watch all the way through. Alright, so let's go deep, literally. Underneath Antarctic glaciers, there are these subglacial lakes. They've been trapped under ice for millions of years. No sunlight, no oxygen, completely cut off from the rest of the world. And in these lakes, ancient seawater, brine that's super salty and loaded with iron from the surrounding rocks. The glacier on top is so heavy that it crushes the ice below it. creating pressure. That pressure forces the iron-rich water cracks in the bedrock, kind of like squeezing a sponge, and then bam, it shoots out into the ocean as these rusty orange rivers. Scientists call it blood falls, but honestly, it should be called life falls, because without this iron, huge parts of the ocean would be dead zones. But here's the thing nobody is talking about. These rivers are melting. Climate change is speeding up glacier melt, which means more iron is getting pumped into the ocean right now. You would think that's good, right? More iron equals more phytoplankton equals more ocean life. But scientists aren't sure, because if the glaciers melt too fast, the whole system could collapse. So here's the part that kept me up late last night. Right now, these iron rivers are in this perfect balance. They are feeding the southern ocean. Phytoplankton are thriving. The food chain is working. But what happens when the glaciers are gone? Some scientists think the iron supply will dry up completely. No more subglacial pressure, no more ocean brine, no more rivers. And if that happens, the Southern Ocean, one of the most productive ecosystems on Earth, could turn into a biological wasteland. Others think that we might see a temporary spike in iron first, like a final massive release before everything shuts down. A last gasp. Either way, we are watching one of the most important Earth supports change in real time. And the wildest part, we only discovered this was happening this year. There could be dozens of these iron river systems we don't even know about yet. Scientists are literally racing against time to map these systems before they disappear. Teams are drilling through thousands of feet of ice, sending down underwater robots, taking samples from these ancient lakes that haven't been touched in millions of years. It's like exploring an alien planet, except it's our planet, and it's changing. So yeah, metal rivers on Antarctica feeding the entire ocean, possibly disappearing within our lifetime. If that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. Here is what I want you to do. If you made it this far, drop a comment and tell me what surprised you most of this story. Was it the ancient lakes, the iron rivers, the fact that oceans depend on Antarctica this most? Also, we are going to do a follow-up video where I interview one of the scientists behind this story. So make sure that you are subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss our next video. And if you want to see more videos about crazy Earth discovery, alright, see you in the next one.